Afternoon, everybody. So we're kicking off in 48 hours from right now. Haven't been able to say that one yet. So be good to get that noon kickoff going on Saturday. Excited about that. Excited our guys are fired up. Homecoming weekend. We'll be taking our whole team to Bear Down Friday, which will be at 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. We're excited about that. Let our guys experience that. Thank our fans. Thank the people that go to that event. And then we're going to head to the hotel. From there, unfortunately, we're going to miss the bonfire. With the noon kickoff, we have meetings that are at 7:30 and at 8:15. So, and then we got to get our guys to bed early. So be able to prepare for the game accordingly. But I hope we get a huge turnout. Obviously, homecoming is a special event for all of college football. So we're excited about that. Also excited about Earl Mitchell and Brooks Reed going into the Ring of Honor. And that's going to be happening this weekend as well. They're going to be out of practice on Friday. So hopefully they'll be able to say a few words to our guys. But obviously a special congratulations to both of them. And then we got our work cut out for us with Cal this weekend. I had a very good week of practice thus far. And now in preparations for them moving forward.
They might say the same thing about you as what I'm going to ask you about them, but are they better than their record would suggest?
Yeah, I mean, you look at a couple of their games, right? It's a fumble against Oregon, the last play of the game. I think they were down a score, but they had, 7 plays inside the 5-yard line. A fumble against UW in overtime. Those things can go just the other way. I mean, they were on the 1-yard line and put the ball on the ground twice, I think, or one was a 4th down stop and one was a fumble. So, the record can flip very quickly. They're a good football team. We know that we got to work it out for us against this football team. They've won 3 in a row, I believe, or 2 in a row now. I guess 2 in a row, and they've beat some pretty good teams.
Rich, last week you talked about the strides that Will had made in practice. How did he look this week?
Really good. Really good. He looked better this week than he did last week. He took the confidence from the game. He really played the whole game well. I mean, there was, some incompletions, but not bad throws and not bad decisions. So a lot of the incompletions came from throwaways or, maybe miss a guy here or there. But he came back and had better practices this week. Monday night, he was slinging it around, and then yesterday was a very, very good day for Will. So if he can continue to improve each day, then, 3.5 years from now, it'll be pretty good. Now, he'll continue to improve every day. We got a special game, special season, and Will's going to do some great things for us moving forward.
Brian, do you have any injury updates on the guys that you mentioned at the beginning of the week?
Yeah, I think Joyner's still probably in that doubtful, maybe from doubtful to, I don't know what the next phase would be, but questionable, yeah. I'd say he's closer to doubtful than questionable, but yeah, he's right in that range. We'll see what practice looks like today. He has not been able to practice yet, but if we can get him to run around a little bit today, maybe we can get him up to a game time decision. Other than that, I believe that we should be good to go with the rest of the guys. I think they'll probably make a game time decision on Paris Shand, probably make a game time decision on Keon Bars. But I think the rest of the guys should be good.
Justin.
So when you said last week that you encouraged Will to take more shots down the field, do you have more plays for him to do something like that, or is that just kind of all on him?
No, I think the plays really haven't changed too much. I mean, there's different stuff we do every week based on the opponent. But there's been plenty of opportunities all season long to take shots down the field. It's just a matter of, are you willing to pull the trigger? Do you feel good enough? Is that one-on-one matchup something you're comfortable throwing? Do you feel comfortable with where they're going to break, where they're going to end up, where they're going to be? And I think what happened was he just felt a little more confident and comfortable in letting the ball go out on time, leave his hand a little bit earlier, and trust where the receiver was going to end up rather than wait to see him open and then feel the need to check it down because of pressure or some other reason.
As the season wears on, and you're kind of running out of games to get a win, did you sense any more urgency or anything like that from the players?
Nope. Our guys play the same way every week, practice the same way every week. They've been fantastic. We don't really talk about getting a win. We talk about going 1-0 this week.
Will was more mobile outside the pocket last week. Do you like when he takes off like that? And if so, do you tell him certain situations when it isn't acceptable to run?
Yeah. Well, based on our quarterback depth situation, we have to be a little more cautious about exposing him to hits. So we have to be probably a little bit less anxious to run and a little bit more anxious to throw the ball away for reasons that, we can't lose Will. I love quarterbacks that give you yards with their feet, and I love quarterbacks that can, get you first downs with their feet, and he did a great job, obviously, getting us a touchdown with his feet. So we're not going to stop that, but we just kind of emphasize sliding, which he did a good job of this past week, going out of bounds, which he did a good job this past week, and then not taking any unnecessary hits, unlike, I guess it was whatever San Diego State game when he lowered his shoulder to try to get an extra couple of yards. We're avoiding stuff like that.
Michael. With the two freshman receivers, Dorian Singer and Anthony Simpson, what do you see their roles being for the rest of the season, and how would you compare and contrast their skill sets?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they both started this week. Now, I think we'll have to see exactly how it'll all play itself out based on, a couple guys here or there. But I would expect them to have very impactful roles these final 4 weeks. And assuming they stay healthy and continue to improve, I would expect them to have some pretty big games, hopefully, moving forward. But I love the way they compete. I love the way they play. And, they're going to be really good players for us in the future, for sure.
A regular question for the radio pregame show. Can you scout count on offense and on defense?
Yeah, defensively, they're pretty multiple in terms of fronts. They're able to play 3-4. They're able to play jam. They're able to play nickel 4-2 defense. They're in terms of on the back end, they're a post-high defense. They play a lot of cover 3 and cover 1, mix in some quarters. Very sound, very fundamentally sound. Take the ball away. They're +6 in turnover margin. So that's a big deal. We're not that. So we need to protect the ball at all costs, take the ball away from them. And, they're good tacklers. They worked well together. You can see they've been in this system now for, I think Justin's been there 5 years of running this defense. So you could see that they really know where everybody's going to be on the field. Offensively, Coach Musgrave got in there a couple years ago, been an NFL coordinator, NFL coach for a lot of years. You could see Garbers has been doing it now since 2017 as a true freshman, very confident, very comfortable. They got some good skill receivers. They got some dudes on the outside that you got to be aware of, very NFL-style running game. And, they're multiple. They're multiple, and they're capable of scoring points, which they showed the last couple weeks. And they're also capable of stopping offenses on the defensive side.
Michael, Luke, do you see Jamari as a wide receiver or QB going forward?
I see him as a wide receiver going forward. Yeah. Are you talking about in the offseason moving forward? I see him more as a wide receiver with a new element that we could probably be able to benefit from with the Wildcat element or whatever we would call that.
How valuable has it been to have Alex Lyons working with the coach that he worked with before, the familiarity factor?
Yeah, that's absolutely, a great point and really a great help for him. I mean, he came in here, so he's a true freshman. He played one semester at UNLV with Pow Pow. And so there's that relationship, familiarity of how you coach a guy. And you don't have to necessarily get to learn the person. Now you're just teaching the scheme, knowing the guy, knowing how he picked things up, knowing what type of his personality in a meeting room. How do you give him more stuff on paper? Do you give him more stuff, verbally? And Alex Lyons has really improved. He's become our starting tight end, and excited about the fact that we'll have him too for another 3 more years.
Cal's a big physical team, like you said, and they can run the ball, they can stop the run. You looking forward to the challenge to see how physical this Wildcat team can be against another physical Pac-12 team?
Yeah, we've continued to challenge our team to be as physical as humanly possible. I think you could see our team, they're relentless. They chase the ball, they swarm the ball. We get guys on tackling the ball carrier. And, we want to be physical. We want to be as physical as humanly possible. So it'll be a good challenge for us to go against a team that, has a similar belief system in that regard. And, I continue to look at the progress we've made the last few weeks. And, I like the way our football team is trending in terms of physicality, in terms of how we run the football, how we stop the run, and how we cover kicks.
Time for 2 more, Michael.
What do you make of the way that Jerry Roberts has stepped up into the middle linebacker role?
He really started flashing a couple of weeks ago when he had that opportunity to start, and he's really embraced it. He's made a lot of tackles. He's been around the ball. He's had a sack and a half. He's been able to be a good leader on the field. Guys respond well to his personality. He's come in here and embraced, the situation of not being the starter, but still learning and still trying to get better and never, being disappointed. Like, most of the time it's hard not to. You transfer in, you want to play, and then you're not playing. And he found a way to just keep getting better and improving, and now he's in a good spot. Him and Pandy are doing a nice job at the Mike and the Will spot.
Last question, Justin.
Did you ever cross paths with Earl Mitchell and Brooks Reed when you were in the NFL?
I've not. No, we were never on the same teams. Probably played against them a couple of times, and have much, respect for both of them and the type of players they are. 2 very good defensive players. We'd love to have, guys like that, and hopefully have Pac-12 players, moving forward on the defensive side. And, excited to get to spend some time with him, though. I was at Houston, but it was before Brooks was there.
Michael, finish it up.
It's going to be pretty warm on Saturday afternoon. How do you approach that from a tempo standpoint on offense? And you can make the case that maybe you should slow things down to give your defense some rest, but you could also go fast to try to tire out their defense. What's your approach?
Yeah, I think it'll really be about efficiency. The longer you can stay on the field, the better. But now how you do that, if that's by plays or by minutes, it's more for us is, you really want to have an efficient system when you're in the heat. You don't want to feel like you're running guys on and off and subbing and putting the other side of the ball back on the field and then let a chance for someone else to get worn down. So if we're efficient out there, be able to stay on the field a little bit, that'd be fun. And, we embrace the heat. We're the ones in Arizona. We're the ones at home. And noon is a beautiful time to go play a 88-degree game.
All right, thank you, Coach. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.